What's up, guys? We are making our way into Texas, heading from Panama City all the way out to the ranch in West Texas. We are 10 hours-ish into the trip, a couple hours left till we hit Austin, check in with the fam, to the girlfriend's house, drop the old dog off. Max, he's been a good boy this trip, yeah. Oh, we are loaded down and on our way, so got a really good buck showing up. He's been daylighting 3 or 4 days a week. I've been calling him 8-ball. He's just a perfectly symmetrical, framey, nice 8-point. If I do get him, he'll be my second bow kill. Got my first buck with a bow last year on public land in Florida. It was difficult, but I got him the last weekend of bow season, all the way in February. But this is my first time hunting with a bow out at our ranch in Texas. Usually been gun only the whole time, but I've had this buck 8-ball on trail camera now for 3 years. And he's been consistent every year. He'll show up on a daily basis all the way up until November. And the second the rut starts, his home range is all on our property, and then he disappears. And he shows back up in February once season ends. So I'm trying to get in with a bow. I'll be the only person out there between all our neighboring properties that archery hunts. And I'm gonna try and get it done. See if we can lock it down this season and get my first buck with a bow in Texas. But stay tuned, we'll be back with more. I had to move spots this morning. I've been having to come in at about 5. Got in at 5:15 this morning. And I mean, there was deer walking in within 10 minutes of me sitting down. The sun rises until almost 7:30 right now. It's a legal light. It's like right after 7. But I'm sitting there in the dark for an hour and a half with 10 to 15 deer walking around me. I mean, and where I was sitting, they were coming in from my back and to my right. And I had this doe kept coming in to about 5 yards, trying to figure out if there was something there or not. And then I had 2 shooters in this morning, a big old 7-point. We think he's about 7 years old. He's on the downhill. He was an 8 last year. And then my target buck 8-ball was in as well. And then a really good 9-point that I saw yesterday morning. I got a video of him. I'll put it in there. He's a good deer, but he's 3. I've been watching him since he was a yearling.
watch them for about an hour. There's so many deer around me. Every time I moved just to get a range, there was a doe that would spot me and stare at me. I never got blown at, but A-ball left and came back twice without me getting a shot at him. And the last time he went to leave, he hopped out and headed in about 25-30 yards. And I got the bow up and I clicked in the release. And when I clicked my release in, there was a doe about 7 yards behind me. And she stomped her foot when the click went off. And he stopped and looked at her. And she looked uncomfortable, so he stomped his foot. And then he just trotted off. I got a video of it, but I mean, in the video it looks like why the hell didn't you shoot him? But I had a doe at 7 yards right behind me. I couldn't move. I couldn't even get to full draw. But we got a cold front coming in tomorrow. Highs have been in the 90s, high 90s. And tomorrow and the next day, the high's gonna be 70. The low's gonna be in the low 50s. So hopefully it's a really good day. I'm hoping that he didn't bust out too bad when he ran off this morning, but nobody blew at me. They just kind of didn't know what it was and weren't comfortable, so they left. That 7 point was back in here at 10 o'clock until 10:45. Let's see what happens this afternoon. I don't think it's going to be a real busy afternoon, but I think tomorrow morning is going to be really good. big Sevr, dude. That is the oldest deer that I've ever shot in my life. that fence post for the feeder was just right behind his shoulder. And once he stepped forward, man, I knew I could shoot that gap between those squares. It's like a 5.5-inch square, and it's like 4 inches tall. And I know I'd thread it through right into his vitals. Yes, man. Yes. Whew. Whew. I gotta go check him out in a second. He's already dead. He ain't go 40 yards. Whew. Yes, baby.
It's a Sevr 1.5 hybrid. Got a full pass through. Hit scap on both sides. Easton 4mm FMJs. AAE Hybrid 2.6s. 50 grain, half out. 125 grain, Sevr 1.5 hybrid. 340 spine, total arrow weight is about 510. Shooting a Hoyt Ventum Pro 33, 70-pound draw at 28 inches.